amazing. Just came across him for, oh, here we go, he's coming up now. Let's hope he doesn't come over.
1, 2, 3, 4.
A day in the life of an F1 photographer during COVID, because of course the paddock this year has been closed to almost all of the permanent photographers and definitely all of the race by race photographers. Normally as a permanent photographer I could go to every race, but this year there's only been one photographer per team allowed in the paddock, and that's where most of my stuff shot, so I figured what's the point? And besides, at least 2 of my colleagues have come down with COVID, and that would be a pain in the bum getting stuck with that overseas. I'm heading into the office today to do a couple of things, one of which is a YouTube video on the 25 amazing facts you need to know about F1. I'm not even sure if that's going to be the title, but it'll probably take me about 30 minutes in the studio to record and 5 hours to edit, and I'll get it up on the 18th of November. So this is the messages on hold office, and we'll be going into the studio shortly to record this video. 25 things you need to know about Formula One. Starting off with number 1, Daniel Ricciardo always wears a mouthguard. Number 12, sponsors can be quite picky. I finished recording my video. Took a few goes and there was a few dramas, but now I've got to nip in here and record a session with Dylan for an on-hold message. Hello, Dylan.
Hello, Kim.
Right, ready when you are. Age with grace and confidence. Enhance and tighten your skin to lesion removal and acne treatments. Right, so that's done. We can get on to a couple of other things I've got to do in the office before I head off to Lancelin. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. I often send handwritten notes to people because I think it's a great way to get people's attention, and in particular people who I need to thank, which I'm doing right now. I must admit this year has been quite frustrating. A number of times I thought I might get to a race or two, and I did think that the last 4 European races might have held an opportunity for me, but the paddock was closed for all of those 4 races, and I really wasn't going to get any more than 1 race guaranteed. So a disappointment, but I have enjoyed watching the races on television, because when we're photographing on track, we often miss a lot of what happens because we're only seeing a very small section of the track, and whilst I do have earphones in to listen to what's going on, it doesn't always work, and when it does I'm sometimes distracted.
I see. I'm just going to go get the dog.
So we're heading to Lancelin. It's 90 minutes north of Perth, and there will be about 17 people on the jetty when we get there, waiting for 100 lobsters to be distributed amongst them, because I run the Lancelin website, Facebook page and Instagram page. It's a lobster fishing town, and there's about 20 boats that call Lancelin home, but with the Chinese suspending imports, there's nowhere for these lobsters to go, so they've decided they want to sell locally, which is great because it's been long overdue. So you can get a 600 gram lobster for about 20 euros. Behind me here is one of the fishing boats that's providing lobsters to all of these people that are down the end of the jetty. So what has to happen is that these crates, baskets filled full of lobsters, have to sit there for 10 minutes according to fisheries, and once the 10 minutes has elapsed, they can be opened and given out to those people who've pre-ordered online. 2 minutes, people, and you'll have all your crayfish. We're ready to go now, Tom. I think you've got 4, haven't you?
That's right.
Who's number 2? Come on up, number 2.
Brilliant. We've had a win. Thank you so much.
No worries. All of these people here have pre-ordered lobsters and now coming to pick them up on a beautiful day. take that out. There's the skipper behind us. So these lobsters would normally sell in China for probably 130 Australian dollars a kilo. Here, they're picking them up for about $42 a kilo.
We're only allowed to bring 100 in. A lot of females out there breeding. They have to go back, yeah.
We've got just 4 lobsters left in here, and that rounds out the even 100 which the cray fishermen or lobster fishermen are allowed to bring in each day and sell off the back of the boat under this scheme, which is a terrific scheme. Thought we'd head out to the Lancelin sand dunes. They're just around the corner here from our house. Kennedy.com on the ute there. That's Lancelin Island there. There's another island at the other end of the bay. That's the town. But this is where most of the people come that visit this town, the sand dunes, and it's quite spectacular. You've got sandboarding, quad biking, and if you don't like that, because it's so bloody windy here as you can tell, but if you like windsurfing or kite surfing, this is the place for you. These guys are amazing. Just came across him for, oh, here we go, he's coming up now. Right. All in my face and eyes, but that should look fantastic. So the light has just become quite beautiful here late in the afternoon, so I thought I'd head out and go down to the jetty and see what I can catch photographic wise. Maybe you can see out of the window the sky has just turned quite golden and above me is very deep blue. That's what's behind me, and I thought we'd go up here just to this hill here. So as it stands now, there's still plenty of light in the sky. We've lost the sun, it's gone down behind the horizon. I'm shooting here at a 30-second exposure, and I'm hoping to flatten out the water by using that long exposure. It's a little bit of a hit and miss, but always worth a try. So that's what I've done there. See that? Okay, I'm going to go out to 30 seconds, and I'm going to go to, let's go to f16. Some quite nice light over the island, so I might turn around and have a crack at that, because that's what I've got there. I'm now shooting over here, and as you might be able to see there's lovely colour, blues and golds, but it's a bit bright on the left hand side, so I somehow have to sort that out. Give me a second. So I'm now 25th of a second. I'm at f16 at 320 ISO. For you photographers, that may mean something to you. What I want obviously is for the water to be nice and flat. So I've got 25 seconds to wait, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, there is really lovely colour in the sky at the moment. So putting in a Lee big stopper, which is this piece of black glass that you might be able to see at the front there, that's like putting sunglasses on the lens. It lets a lot less light through. It means you can leave the shutter open for longer and hopefully get a more interesting picture. That's all right. That's not a bad picture for a couple of minutes notice. So I was talking to you about the Lee big stopper. See what happens if I go and put this in front of the lens. It massively reduces the amount of light coming in, but it's a very valuable piece of kit. If you want to get a shot where the water is all milky, you have to have one of these. So there you go. That is my day in the life of an F1 photographer during COVID times. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is not a typical day for me, but it is in fact an accurate representation of this day. If you've liked the video, please click the like button, subscribe if you haven't, click the bell button for notifications, and go and tell someone you love them. You'll find all of my pictures at prostarpics.com. My F1 books, yes, make great Christmas presents. You get them at kimillman.com, and I send them to almost every country in the world. And for my best pictures and stories, head to Instagram at Kim Illman. Thanks for watching, and stay passionate. I need to do
I don't know what goes on with the phone.
It's morning in Europe, and I normally do an Instagram post in the morning. I've got to work out which driver I haven't featured in a while. So now I can just type in Kimmy and all of my Kimmy pictures come up here. Yeah, I think I'll run this one. He's got a smile on his face. Then I have to come up with some sort of story to accompany that. Let's see what that says. For Kimmy and Robin. Yeah, bugger, I'll put that one up. So the program I use to post, Facebook Creator, but it's a simple matter of finding a picture here. Kimmy, there it is. Bang, put it in. Go and get my general text, which I put at the end of every post, and I just copy and paste that. Obviously, that saves me a lot of time. Headline. What's the headline going to be?